Okay, so more of Cheyenne the scammer in Jamaica. This is probably the last one. Shay has himself convinced he's in love with some girl from Italy who, until January, was living with another guy and using him for money, meanwhile having an affair with Shay. Idiocy. And he knows and gets involved with all of the morons in Mandeville who do stupid shit with projects abroad. Idiocy. He gets caught up in their stupid drama, stupidityness. He's constantly having some really ugly and unnecessary argument via voice notes on WhatsApp with some other moron. Constantly. He has a ridiculous story about how when he was 19... I'm just like shitting on him here. I'm just listing the things about him that bother me. He has a ridiculous story about how when he was 19, he used to operate a brothel in Florida. Idiocy. Probably not true, or at least very exaggerated. Why would you ever admit that out loud, much less brag about it? Hearing about this brothel he used to own was imaginative. Like, at 19 years old, he owns a brothel, okay? And he put cameras in the toilets and people would pay to watch the women pee. I don't doubt that that's out there, but I definitely doubt that he was the brains behind it. And he also, I remember, he insisted to me that in America, the commercials on TV are in Spanish. And I was like, I live in America. That's not a thing. Like, it might be on Telemundo or maybe in certain regions of the U.S., but it's not an everywhere thing, and he just refused to bend on that. He had stories about smuggling drugs into the U.S. Idiocy. It's crazy that I got so much out of this dude because I met him on Tinder and went out on a limb and agreed to travel with him. My life is crazy. The way that he runs his business is total nonsense. So he's like a tour guide. Like, he takes people around like he did for me and just shows them whatever they want to see, and he knows all the ins and outs of places. He tried to manipulate me by conveniently revealing toward the tail end of our trip that he was paying for more than just his half of our expenses on this trip. What nonsense. He said he does it with actual customers too. Why would you do that? He doesn't. He's full of shit. Either you're a moron or you're a manipulative liar. I'm going to go with both. And the shit with the Obia woman was such utter nonsense. The true low is when he threatened to put Obia on me and see how I like it. I stopped responding to him at that point. It was entirely too stupid for my taste. Later he said he was just kidding and acted like it wasn't a big deal. He clearly wasn't kidding because he was all upset and shit at the same time. Bullshitter. That's such an intense and immature threat. Like, what a crazy person. It's so fun to finally bitch about all of this. You have to understand, by the time I had written this down, this shit had been going on for weeks. And I finally had time to sit on the beach and journal about all of my experiences, and writing all of this down felt so good. What else do I want to whine about concerning Shay? Oh, that he'd constantly defend Lee's stupidity and gave me a ton of shit about Tay, reading the article as we're sitting in an Italian restaurant eating lunch without even telling me. Motherfucker. Trying to make me feel shitty and high maintenance, saying Lee doesn't want me, whatever needs to be said to make me feel bad. That's what he would do. He, anything he could say to make another person feel bad, he would search until he could find something to make you feel bad. Whatever it is, it doesn't have to be based in reality. Whatever he could find, he would say it. He was so terrible. Whatever needs to be said to make me feel bad. Whatever needs to be said. I wonder if he told his customers about the death of his daughter. We'll have to come back to that. At least it hasn't gotten in the way of his doing his work. Damn, I just filled more than 5 pages front and back bitching about Shay, and it felt great. Thank you. Also, I hope I touch Mick Jagger someday. All right, so let's get back to what we were saying before here. Okay. He's claiming his daughter died in some sort of accident yesterday, and I don't believe him, frankly. He called me twice in the middle of the night, which I missed because I was asleep. And then he sent me a screenshot of a text conversation. We'll just finish this now. There's not enough for another one. Actually, we've got enough for another video here. Fuck it.